Hello, Joshua Collin here. Thought I'd do another update on the Simplicity. As you can see, it has the mower deck on it, and there's some mesh. So what ended up happening was my coworker asked me to mow his lawn because their mower's down, and for me mowing their lawn, I'm getting their old John Deere riding mower with a snowblower and mower deck. I think a main seal on the crankshaft. It popped again, so there's probably underlying cause to that. That's why the mower deck is on, and I had to add a bit of fire suppression in front of the muffler. Because the grass I'm mowing is about waist high, which stands about right here with the mower in some places. So in order for not to cause a fire, I put this mesh, this sheet metal here. It's just welded up here, and I just put a tack here and tack here, so it's all one solid, and it's bent over and goes in about an inch from here to here, roughly. Then I tacked. I just got done mowing some tall grass, see how this thing would handle, and it worked just fine. The mesh did its job. That's why you see grass on the deck. One main issue I found out with this thing is I started up, it ran fine when they were doing the parking lot last weekend. They sealed it. That's why you see some dust. So I took the trailer down to the street entrance, parked it there, moved the barrel so it would be blocked off. They were blowing all the garbage off this parking lot. Sorry, it's warm. So started fine, ran fine. I went to, it started up, they had to move it because they were driving their truck as they were doing the crack seal. They used 35 pounds of crack seal and 100 gallons of sealant on the parking lot. So I started up, drove it next to the door. I had to go somewhere, so I pushed it in and pushed it back out. I didn't feel like starting it. So they were about done, and I wanted to load this up on my trailer. What ended up happening, it started fine. I drove around the building, dropped off the water barrel that was in the trailer. Got back over here, got it on the trailer, put the choke on, it died, went to try and start it again, and it would not start. I did some quick measurements, there's voltage, so I just pushed it back in here. So had to get a new starter. That still didn't fix it, but I did discover that both, as you can see, this and this cable are new. They're bad internally, so I just got rid of them, replaced them with some 4-gauge wire, and it does everything it needs to do. And in lieu of having to mow for between 6 and 7 hours, yeah, that's about how long it takes, especially with the tall grass. They do have a big yard. I ended up adding a 12-volt power port. I was going to add it later down the road, but I did that instead so I can keep my phone charged, so I can listen to music while I'm mowing. Just so I'm not stuck listening to the engine for 6 to 7 hours with it. It had earmuffs on. So the ground went directly to this, the It's warm. The regulator, so it'd have a ground. And then I ran the positive all the way back here. There's the other two new. I also did get a new solenoid because I had to take these off, and when I cracked the nuts loose, the whole thing spun, so I just decided to get a new one. So that one I had the boots I thought didn't work, so I ended up, I cut them off and I checked them again and they worked fine, so I just ended up putting ring terminals on. And I have a 15 amp fuse running directly to the positive. In here are spade connectors, so if I so decide, I can cut the heat shrink and unplug it. That's just for waterproofing, or rather water resistance, not so much. Yes, I am going to run with the safety switch, especially since I will have to mow. And this grab handle did work nice. I wish I had one on this side, but I can't because this is in the way. Of course, I could probably put one right here. But I haven't thought that far ahead. This thing ran just fine with basically a full 38 inch, or not quite close to it, a full tall grass, and I don't see any grass stuck in the muffler. When I had to buy the new starter, I ended up getting a new carb solenoid anyways, partially because I had to buy another part. And what ended up happening was the stack up I had here, the rubber washer starting to curl like that from the tension of the bolt. So, yeah. And the gas is now no longer amber. It has a little bit of two-stroke gas, and I'm trying to burn up the old gas from the old two-stroke gas, and this is a perfect example. I'll be burning quite a bit of gas to mow their lawn. I did end up hitting a rock on this side. Don't think it damaged anything. I freaked out and stopped over it, so I shut the blades off and pulled ahead, and it wasn't happy at first, so I went over here, kicked on the blades, and it came happy again. Yeah, it was some pretty tall grass. Came good, so I went back mowing. I did grease these. They're bone dry. Yep, so the Simplicity is done. Not finally, or not a few more other things. There probably might be, but it is done. Like 99.9% done. So I'm kind of glad that this is done. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.